tuning into the first edition of Minutes with Margaret, where each month we'll spend a few minutes discussing topics important to Owasso Public Schools with our Superintendent, Dr. Margaret Coates. This month's topic is professional learning communities and their impact on the district. Dr. Coates, parents may hear about professional learning communities or hear the term PLC used throughout the year. What exactly is a PLC?
A PLC is a professional learning community, and we as Owasso, the Owasso Public Schools, we are a professional learning community. Within the umbrella of professional learning communities, there are collaborative teams known as professional learning teams, or PLTs. And so a PLT, or professional learning team, can be a team of counselors, a team of second grade teachers, a team of Algebra 1 teachers, a team of biology teachers. And these teams, their primary focus is to strive to meet weekly to talk about student outcomes and student achievement.
And how does the use of PLCs in Owasso Public Schools benefit our students?
It benefits our students because teachers are meeting, looking at outcomes like I mentioned before, and there are 4 questions that each team works through. And so question number 1 is, what do we want students to know? What do we want students to learn? So that has to do with all of our academic standards. And so the teachers meet together, they identify those essential standards, those standards that they have to know in order to go to the next grade level or next subject area. Question number 2 is, how do we know when they've learned it? So teachers meet, and after they've identified the essential standards, they create what's called common formative assessments, or CFAs, and those assessments are given while instruction is happening. So they're formative, they're common. All of for example, English teachers would give a common assessment, the same assessment while instruction's happening to students. They would meet during their PLT time and look at the data, look at the scores, look at and see if students understood the questions that were being asked and if they met that particular standard. Question number 3 is, what do you do if students don't know it? That's when that teacher team, they're meeting, discussing, looking at student information, looking at student outcomes. If students didn't get it, then they identify which students didn't get it, which by standard, and determine interventions and remediations to help that student master those standards. And then question number 4 is, if students already know it, then they create extensions and enrichments to help those students learn at higher and deeper levels.
And the implementation of PLCs this year was a big factor in the addition of 4 collaboration days added to our school calendar. There's 1 collaboration day built into the calendar for each quarter, and students do not attend school on those days. So Dr. Coates, can you explain how teachers will use their time on collaboration days, and how will the addition of collaboration days impact students?
Yes, we are so grateful to have these collaboration days, to have this time. Time has been a barrier. It is hard for teachers to find that time within the school day to meet. And so, like I said earlier, we're striving to meet weekly. That may not always happen. And so having these built-in days into our calendar allows just for additional time for teachers to meet, to discuss student outcomes, to look at data at a deeper level, to create those common formative assessments, make sure that they are aligned to standards, and then create timelines and calendars and when they're going to give those standards. Also, as a team, work together to create interventions, good interventions and good enrichments for students. So it just allows for lots of time quality time for teachers to really collaborate and meet the needs of students.
Dr. Coates, thank you for your time today and talking through the PLC process with us.
Yep, I'm glad to be here, glad to have this platform, Minutes with Margaret, to talk about particular topics that are important to Owasso Public Schools, and PLCs is one of those topics that's foundation to all academic achievement within Owasso Public Schools.
And parents, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next month for more Minutes with Margaret.